Basic navigation in Asana. This is your home page. For now, we're going to be focused on 3 different areas in Asana. Feel free to download the desktop app. Sometimes you have a little bit different functionality like back buttons and breadcrumbs to get to. If you go forward into a task, into a subtask, and navigating back to the project and or team can be a little tough, and the desktop app works very nicely for that. So first thing that I want you to know is all your tasks under your My Tasks tab, anything that's assigned to you will fall under your recently assigned section inside of your My Tasks. So do not change that name and do not change due today, because in the future we would like to use those 2 for automations. Feel free to manage all the rest of the sections. We'll add as time goes on, specs on what names to name those and to add if we have automations on that. For now, I'd say just leave your recently assigned tasks and your due today in place just the way they are. It can be overwhelming to see what's on your recently assigned list. As you can see, there's a lot of tasks here. So if it's easier for you to not deal with your My Tasks right now and rather work within the clients section, that's okay too. But just so that you know that you have this available to you, so that you can just at a glance see some due dates and anything that's coming up or overdue. Okay, feel free to also use the board view if that's easier for you. The only, as we've mentioned in another video, you're really only using the board view if you're physically moving things from section to section, or if you have an automation from section to section like we do with the graphic designing. So feel free to use that if you use it for that. And then also your calendar view gives you a little bit of insight on what's coming up. Okay, so that's your My Tasks. Then you've got your starred section. So anything that you'd like to go, let's say under test client, I really want to see this project on a regular basis, so I want this team to show up on my starred menu. You can either star it right there, or you can take this project and star the project itself. So those will now show up as 2 different things if I want a quick link back to either of one of those under your starred section. Don't worry about insights and reports yet. Projects, these are going to be all the projects that are visible to everybody. As you can see, there's just a ton in here, and they're all named differently. They're all, so this is part of one of the things that we're going to work to clean up, but that's where your projects live, and this is where your teams live. Generally, the hierarchy that we are going to implement in Asana is that every team is a client name, unless, for instance, it's Arcbound Special Projects or our project management, if there's multiple things within that, multiple initiatives within that category. So the ELT will have a team, so on and so forth. Generally, a team is when to choose a team versus a project is when there are multiple big initiatives under one umbrella. The umbrella would be the team, and then the multiple initiatives under that will be your projects. Okay. So for instance, under your each clients folder, so if you go to your clients folder, you should be then seeing all the projects that are associated with that client. Okay, so that's your basic navigation inside of Asana.